Hi, my name's Charlie King with Heroic Fatherhood, and welcome to the Mentor's Moment. Here we answer questions asked by real dads seeking insight, advice, or a new perspective on something they're facing in their lives. In today's question, a dad asks, what advice can you give an expecting teen dad and an aspiring entrepreneur? Wow, you have a lot on your plate. That I can tell you for sure. Being a teen dad is a tall order all by itself. I can speak for myself and tell you, as a teen, I was kind of a mess, and I am clearly a different person as an adult than I was in a teen. And the idea of being a dad at the same time as being a teenager is really daunting. So you have a lot that's up in your world right now. I know you aren't going to want to hear this, but I want you to consider putting off entrepreneurship for the time being. Entrepreneurship is an all-in proposition, takes all of your mind, your heart, and especially your hours. As much as you're committed to your idea, your concept, your service, your product, being a teen dad is going to be daunting. It's going to create dramatic lifestyle shifts. Where you were just being a teenager before, now you're a parent, and your time and your energy is going to be in places where all your friends isn't. They're going to be busy about being a teenager, and you're going to be busy being a dad. Many teenage dads have a hard time pulling it together to be a dad. You have a steep learning curve ahead of you, and I think you're up to it. And I'm going to suggest that you need some support. Nobody should do fatherhood alone. And as a teen dad, I'm going to suggest that reaching out and creating a network of men and support around you is going to be critical for the success of your relationship, your parenting, and your mental health, even in the first few years. Look, I want you to remember, you're still growing into the man that you want to be. You are still figuring yourself out. There are still lots of questions about who you want to be in the world, and it will evolve over time. And trust me, there's lots of time. If you're a teenager and you're on your way to being a dad, there's lots of time for entrepreneurship. There's lots of time for lots of things. But right now, what there's to focus on is making sure that you're supporting yourself and you're supporting your partner and you're supporting that baby who's going to be in your life soon. The first circle of support I'd suggest accessing is your parents and the parents of your partner. I assume at this point that they know that you both are pregnant and you're going to need their help a lot. You're going to need a lot of their help, both their time, their energy, and their money. Because being a teen dad and being teen parents is both expensive and time consuming. You're going to want to have a conversation that helps get an idea of how much they're going to be available for you, how much they can provide for you, and whether they're willing. Now, while many grandparents love to be involved in their kids' lives and their grandkids' lives, some choose not to. And that's just the way life kind of goes. So getting an idea of what kind of support you can count on from your parents and your partner's parents is going to be really key. Find a group of supported mentors. A group of supportive mentors can come from a lot of different places. If you go to church, there's usually a men's group that's available. There are also support groups all over the place for young parents. Take a look in your local community under Department of Health and Human Services. Contact your local government and find out what kind of resources they have for teen parents and young parents. Very often they're free or low-cost classes that you can take about parenting and resources that you can make access to. Now, here's the thing. Being a teen parent is going to force you to grow up really fast. And it's not necessarily going to be all that fun most of the time, but you're on this amazing path, and there are many years ahead of you. Jumping into entrepreneurship right now may not be the best idea, but you have lots of time to figure that out. If after all this you say, no, I still want to be an entrepreneur and I want to be a teen dad, well, here's some stuff I have for you. First of all, get a job with a solid paycheck. Have a job that's bringing in solid money every week. Solid money every week so that you can count on. And that you don't have to worry about whether you're going to make a sale this week or whether you're going to get new clients or whether returning clients are going to keep coming or how are you going to pay the next bill. You want to get a solid job with a solid paycheck that covers at least the bare minimum. The next thing is, for entrepreneurship, start small. Start with a business that doesn't require a huge amount of time or a huge amount of education or a huge amount of effort to get off the ground. How can you start super small? How can you start with the most basic thing ever to get your first client, to get your first dollars in the door? The next piece is, don't set yourself up in a structure that isn't sustainable. Don't promise that you'll be available in hours that you're not. Don't promise that you'll work on the weekends when you don't have the energy. The bottom line is it's really important that you make the rent. Don't mess around with this. You need to make the rent. You need to pay the bills. This is a critical time for you to be building a strong foundation so month to month your partner can count on the fact that you're supporting the household. If you're going to take on your commitment to entrepreneurship and start that small business, don't put your financial life at risk because you've started a business. Really what we're talking about is you really want to create entrepreneurship as a side hustle right now. You don't want to spend a lot of money. It should be something that you can do in your off hours and doesn't commit you to huge timelines or huge projects or huge commitments of education or infrastructure. It's time to shoestring it. It's time to allow it to grow over time. You're going to have greater needs both for you and your partner in the near future. Now, and if you go into entrepreneurship and it doesn't work and it folds, don't be so hard on yourself. This is a huge time in your life. I am so excited for you, but I'm also aware of the journey that you're on. So don't be too hard on yourself if it folds. Don't kill yourself trying to get this done. You can always start another business later. And I just wish you the best of luck. And as always, thanks for asking such great questions. Keep them coming. So now I have a question for you. What would you have said to this dad? How would you have answered this question? Do you have a question you'd like to ask? If you like this video, check out the other videos about other questions that dads have asked. And I want you to remember, when we spend time with good men, we become better men. My name's Charlie King. I'm with Heroic Fatherhood, and this has been the Mentor's Moment.